Hey there, my friend. You are watching or maybe listening to the Erin Chase Show, where we chat all things intentional living and working to find that ever elusive balance that we so desperately need in our busy and overwhelming lives. I know for me that balance is I feel like it's like a spectrum. I guess it's like, what is that called? A balance board, where sometimes we're more balanced and other times we're not. And I feel like more balance is coming because we are starting back to school. My kids start back to school tomorrow, actually. And so we have been working hard to get everything that we need going for just the school supplies and the meet the teacher nights and the haircuts and all the things. So we are ready to rock and roll tomorrow, with the exception of one errand later this afternoon. And so today, in the theme of back to school, the month of August, we're going to continue on with easy meals. That is what it's all about. And I want to share with you some ideas and hacks and tips and tricks for what I think are the fastest dinner meals, the easiest and fastest. And I know that that's a little bit hard to define, and I'll define what I mean by that and share kind of the why, the how, the who, kind of all of this works. Because when I say the phrase freezer cooking, I think one of the things that often comes to mind is kind of mushy casseroles, and I have to spend 8 hours in the kitchen getting 50 meals into the freezer. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not into mushy casseroles, and I don't have time to dedicate 8 hours for meals in the kitchen. So before I jump into the who, the how, the why of my fastest freezer meals, I want you to type the word dinner, D-I-N-N-E-R. If you're watching the live stream, you can see Lauren has typed that in there. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't type dinner in the comments. Click on the link in the description. If you are listening to this on a podcast player, also click on the link in the show notes, which are just if you swipe on the podcast information, you'll see the show notes if you swipe up below that. So type the word in dinner, and I'm going to share with you some resources and a coupon code. We don't do big discounts very often, but when we do, it's when I know you need the most, which is back to school season. And so if you type the word dinner in the comments here on the Facebook Live, I will message you that information. And again, podcast or YouTube replays, go ahead and type or click the link in the description. If you are watching this Facebook replay, you can type the word dinner into the comments and it will show up. So why fast freezer meals? Why MyFreezEasy? So if you don't know this, 6 years ago, wow, 7 years ago, I developed a freezer cooking program called MyFreezEasy. It is a web app, a mobile app, a program that allows you to pick and choose recipes that are going to work for what your family already likes, and then allows you to create sort of this freezer cooking plan. And the way that we set MyFreezEasy up was to double recipes. So 5 recipes is going to double to make 10 meals for you. Now, when I say 5 recipes doubled to make 10 meals, I say they're fast because it should take you less than an hour, or an hour, maybe an hour and a half if it's your very first try at doing a MyFreezEasy plan. They're just fast, and this is why we've set them up this way. I actually got an email last week. I shared it in our freezer cooking Facebook group, but I got an email last week saying, I love that you double everything. It makes it go so much faster. I tried something different that had 12 different recipes and it took forever. And I said, yes, girl, that's why I'm here. I got you. We're doubling because it's faster. And if you know it's a meal that you're going to like, you're going to want to eat it twice. Are you going to eat it twice this week? No, we're not going to eat it twice this week. So MyFreezEasy is doubling recipes to get, let's say 5 to get 10 meals. You can do 6 to make 12 meals, whatever fits for you and whatever it is that you need. Now, how does that fit then into a monthly or a weekly plan? For our family, we don't eat a freezer meal every single night. It doesn't happen. For me, I use them in 2 ways. I use them strategically when I know we have a busy afternoon and I need dinner to kind of cook itself, if you will. And I also use them for maybe on the weekend when we want to eat at home, we're trying to save money for something, it's one less meal out. I don't necessarily feel like cooking on the weekend, or maybe even like Thursday night, I don't know. I've shared that before, that Thursday is just like I just don't want to cook today day, which is why we have the Dinner Made Easy show on Thursdays. Anyways, but I use these freezer meal plans when I need them when my schedule kind of requires or demands of it, really. And I make them when I kind of just don't feel like it. I just need an easy option for eating at home. Maybe that's not frozen pizza because I don't know, did that not long ago. So it just gives you that kind of that flexibility and that confidence. And then ultimately what it comes down to is massive savings on your food bill. Because when I go out to eat, or when our family goes to eat, let's say like Chick-fil-A, it's $52 right now for our family to drive through Chick-fil-A. And I can do a freezer meal at home for $7, $8, $10, maybe even $5 if I get the meat when it's on sale, right? And so do that math a couple times over throughout the year, and we're saving a ton of money on food by having these easy options. It's very tempting to go through the drive-thru. It is very tempting to call for takeout or DoorDash, but let me tell you, you will save so much money by having sort of make-ahead freezer meals like we do with MyFreezEasy. So a couple options for you that I want to share really quickly. We have options in our store. If you type the word dinner, just DINNER, into the comments here on the live stream here on Facebook or the replay here on Facebook, then I will send you information about the different freezer cooking resources that we have for you, because we do have some options where you can just kind of one-off grab something back to school season, try it out right now. We have that option for you. We also have a whole program that will allow you to pick and choose recipes and change serving sizes. One of the things that we hear a lot from our friends via email and on our live chat is, or the myth, I guess, is it's only for large families. And yes, I'm feeding 4 boys, 3 of whom eat like teenagers, 1 of whom sometimes eats like a teenager when he's growing. And so it's not just for large families though. We actually developed the app you can adjust serving sizes to 2 servings, 4 servings, 6 servings, and 8 servings. So whether you're empty nesting, or you're, sometimes you have kids around or sometimes you don't, like, college age kids or whatever. We have those options, and that's why we created it for you. We have the even numbers because that's just the way the software is built, to evenly do 2, 4, 6, 8. I will oftentimes do 8 servings because I know I want leftovers of whatever particular recipe. So I'll choose 8 servings so that I get the right amount, recalculated onto the shopping list and into the instructions and all of that. So those are just some options, or some explanation of this isn't just for large families. That's one of the things that we hear a lot. And like, if you're just cooking for 1 or even 2 or 3 maybe, or 4, I got you. This is definitely going to help you. We will scale up and down the portion sizes in the app automatically for you. Okay, so about the convenience and the flexibility and the savings, we've kind of gone over all of that. I want to give you kind of a breakdown of what this looks like. So this is this week's meal plan. This is our tear pad. It's magnetic. It goes on the fridge. I have a blank one here because I wanted to kind of give you an idea of how I do this, and like how I actually meal plan. And because I don't have my AirPod in, I'm actually just going to sit right here. I'm going to open my freezer that's right here, peek inside to see what's here in this freezer. I do have a deep freezer in the garage, but for the sake of time and travel here back and forth in my house, I'm not going to go out there right now. But I do want to open this so that I can see what options I have here in my freezer. Okay, I'm going to put these 3. I'm going to bring them to you. These are freezer meals that I've already made. I'm just going to put these onto the menu. This is actually going to be next week's menu because I've already done this week's. So this is pork chops with curled onions and mushrooms. This is chicken sausage Alfredo skillet, so I'll add pasta to this, and I know I already have pasta in the pantry. And then this one is going to be amazing. This, if you like Brussels sprouts, if you don't, then pick a different beef roast. This is a beef roast with onions and Brussels sprouts. It is amazing. A slow cooker meal. So here, these are going to be the 3 freezer meal options that I put onto my meal plan. So again, I choose when I want the freezer meals on the plan. So I generally do freezer meals on Mondays, and then 1 or 2 on the weekends, kind of depending on the schedule for the week. So I'm gonna put down the slow cooker beef roast with Brussels sprouts for Monday. I'm actually writing this if you're joining now and you're like, what is she looking at? Brussels sprouts. So that's Monday. And then I will often put a little FR. I know it's mirrored, I'm sorry. I'll put a little FR right there so I know that that's coming from the freezer. Let's see. We're gonna do the chicken and sausage pasta on Friday. And that's also gonna be from the freezer. So this is literally how I plan. I put the freezer meals in first, and then I put in other meals that we can make. Either I happen to have things, maybe I have a package of something either in the freezer, or we're gonna do kind of a pantry staple meal of some beans and corn and pasta or something like that I have in the pantry. And then let's see, I'm actually gonna do those pork chops on Sunday. So that's it. This is exactly how I do this. And then I'm gonna fill in the rest later because I haven't gotten that far. And this is for next week because I've already done this week's. So I'm way ahead of the game here. It's only Tuesday and I'm talking about for next week. So somehow on this live stream, you should be able to tap on something, or you might have to double tap the video and you should be able to see this there. If you want to order this from our store, we have this available. We will mail it to you. There are 50 sheets on here, so this will get you through an entire year. And if I needed to do some sort of meal prep or baking muffins, or I needed to refresh, once I cook through 10 of these, I need to make 10 more. That's about how many I average a month, 10 freezer meals a month, making 2 to 3 a week. Do the math. And so it just really helps me to stay ahead of dinner and keeping up with these hungry boys and all of their activities. This fall, crazy times. I know things are very strange still with pandemic season, but we have all the activities planned. So, soccer and swimming and scouts and all the things, some meet in person, some meet by Zoom still and whatnot. But we are very busy. And this is my latest baby. So I have 6 of these babies. These are my freezer meal plan cookbooks. There are 6 in the series now. These are in addition to the $5 Dinners cookbook series. There are 3 in that series. So I know this is me, and I'm sorry. This is also tagged here on the video. 15-minute freezer meals is 15 minutes total for each meal. So that's like 5 minutes of prep, a minute or 2 to get it thawed, and then a couple of minutes to a hands-on time in terms of getting it cooked on cook day. So the 15-minute freezer meals is brand new. We just released it late last week in our store, so you can check this out as well. If you type the word dinner, DINNER, into the comments, I will send you information on where to grab these guys from our store. You can order all of my cookbooks from Amazon. The advantage of ordering them from our store is in the back of each of the book. We have a freezer meal plan, just like I outlined, with the recipes doubling up, the shopping lists, and all the step-by-step instructions. If you order from our store, then we will email you digital versions of those so you can print them out. They're obviously printed in the book, but I think they're easier to use when you print them out from your computer. But of course you can, if you're putting in an Amazon order, you can add any one of my cookbooks to that order. And the whole goal, my whole goal and the whole purpose of the cookbooks is to put together meals that are quick and easy for you to execute on in your kitchen so that you have options for your family. Eating together at home is really the ultimate goal, but I know how stressful that can be, getting to that point and that place, especially when your schedule is super busy. And that's why we've put together these resources for you to help make dinner easier. And here on the Erin Chase Show, it's a little bit more of a sit down and chat sort of setup. But on Thursdays, we do have our Dinner Made Easy show here on Facebook, where I actually cook live with you and show you kind of how this works. If you are curious about this freezer cooking sort of situation and setup, and what does it look like to put together 6 or 10 meals at one time in a short amount of time, there are a number of videos here on the Facebook page, on $5 Dinners Facebook page, on the videos tab, where I do a full session with you. So if you're curious about what that looks like, I know I'm a visual person, and I walk you through the whole process. So if you're a visual auditory learner, definitely watch one of those while you're folding laundry or something like that, to see how it works. Because once you see it in action, you're like, oh my gosh, I can totally do that. That's super easy. I need to give this a try. So I would love to help you in this busy back to school season with dinner, specifically with dinner, and to sort of getting back into the routine, the morning routine, and getting everybody out the door. And then of course, quickly comes the afternoon routine and getting dinner on the table mixed in, with homework and activities and all that. Stressful, I know, I live it on the daily. But with freezer cooking and with MyFreezEasy, it's completely designed for your convenience. It's designed to give you flexibility. It's designed to help you save money on groceries. All of those things is what this is all about. So type the word dinner, just DINNER, into the comments, and then I will message you information about the resources we have available for you in both our store, where we will physically mail things to you, and then also we have our program that gives you access, our membership program that gives you access to our web app and our mobile app, and all of that information is going to be in a Facebook message. And again, if you are listening to the replay on YouTube or on the podcast player, go ahead and click on the links that are in the show notes for more information about that. But here on Facebook, on the live stream and on the replay here on Facebook, you can just type the word dinner into the comments and I will send you more information about that. My friends, is all that I have for you of this episode of the Erin Chase Show. I want you to think organized, feel efficient, and take action in getting some of these make-ahead freezer meals put together and into your kitchen. So hopefully this sort of quick overview and walkthrough and breakdown of sort of how it all works and what it kind of looks like, and some of the options and cookbooks and tear pads and things that we have available for you to make this easy. That's what this is all about. I hope you will join me on Thursday live here on Facebook. Later in the day, we are going to be cooking one of the recipes from the new 15-minute freezer meals cookbook. I will of course have a complete breakdown, more explanation about how these types of meals work, but I will see you guys. Crystal, thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys being here. And I will see you guys for the next episode of the Erin Chase Show next Tuesday. We are live on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Central Time, and of course the replays are available for you in other places come Friday morning. So that's it for this episode. It's bye for now, and we'll see you again soon.